Hey guys, so today I want to show you this cool little thing that I made last week. I've been looking into other forms of fly control, okay, active forms, not just traps and stickies and stuff like that. I already have all those. I have the bug control gun, but unfortunately I think that I used it too much and I broke it, so that is being sent back to them for analysis and maybe repairs. And so in the meantime I needed something else, so I went onto YouTube and looked, and this guy had made a video called the Killing Sling, something like that, and he made one and I watched his version, and then I made my own version. This is my take on it, okay? It took me about a week to get good with it. In fact, when I first made it, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, this thing is junk. But now I'm getting close to 99% kill rate, sometimes 100%, and then for like 20 flies and then I'll miss one or something like that. So not bad at all. So since I've had success with this, then I figured I'd show you. This one, you can make a handle out of anything. This just happened to be a piece of wood that I hand carved out of a branch that was laying in the yard. I had originally, it was a slingshot. I was making a slingshot for myself, and then I needed a handle, so I was looking around and I was like, I'll just use this, and I just sawed off the thingies, the you know, two arms over here. Sorry, my hands are yucky, but I've been playing with Sikaflex because I've been fixing other stuff as well. But anyways, I sawed off the little arms for my slingshot and turned it into this instead. The guy used a hasp lock, or yeah, hasp hinge, and then modified it, which required him drilling a hole and cutting it short. I found this at Ace Hardware. It's a 2-inch something hinge, and this 2-inch one is working just fine. All you need is for it to not be able to come all the way back, but you want it to fold all the way forward, okay? So any kind of hinge, and this one's working great for me. Then the guy originally would put the rubber band straight into this hole, but I found that the rubber rubbing constantly against the metal, it was cutting the rubber, and so it just shortened the life. So I used a bit of paracord as this hinge, and then I tied the rubber bands to it. These rubber bands are just rubber bands that I had in the house. They were originally meant for this little rubber band gun that I had, and I think I have 4 of these, and it's just looped through here, and then a longer piece of paracord over here, and then I took another piece of paracord and just tied a knot, and then this is the continuation, okay? In the future, I'm probably going to make this a little bit longer, because I found that originally I was holding, when I would pull back, I would hold it like this and pull back, you know, with my fingers like this, because I think that's from, you know, back in the day when I was doing my slingshots and stuff. And then I tried holding it like this, which is once again another slingshot method, but I found that these things were tearing up my fingers when I did that. So now I found I just hold this tip. I just hold this tip like this and then release, and then it wasn't tearing up my fingers. The only purpose of these little thingies is it just makes a bigger area, a bigger kill zone. The bigger the knot, so there's a knot in here, so the bigger the knot, and then the bigger, you know, all of these things, they just kind of like fly through the air as they projectile to the fly, and then it just gives you a bigger kill zone, okay? So to use it, my camera's not, I don't have my thingy, so I'm just having my phone propped up. But to use it, you basically are going to pull this way, and then you're going to release it. And then when you, let me see if I can do this. When you release it, then the rubber band is going to want to shoot towards this end, the other end of the rubber band. So it's going to, then this is going to come out. If this stayed firm, the rubber band would just shoot back to here and hit this and stop, right? So if when this thing flips down, then it continues that forward motion. So basically you can aim kind of where this is pointed at, okay? So you're gonna hold it like this, and then you're gonna shoot, and then it's gonna shoot forward like that. I put a little rock right over there, so I'm gonna try to shoot that and see if that'll show you. All right, so I don't know if that came out in video or not, but that was me shooting the rock, and as you saw, it was just one shot and I got it and that rock flew away. I am getting like 99% kill rate with this thing. The drawbacks to it is, you know, you are shooting one fly at a time, although if they're all lined up and you shoot, this thing has enough force, if they're all lined up this way, to take out that whole line of flies. This thing, you know, you control the tension with the rubber band, so it will, I mean, it will demolish flies, and it has a big kill zone, and you can experiment by tying the knot bigger or tying more flappy things over here, make the kill zone even bigger. Another thing is that sometimes this demolishes the fly. It absolutely squishes and demolishes it. And then it's kind of gross because then you're handling this end again, right? But I just kind of had to suck up the ickiness. It's not too bad. I mean, the fly guts, you know, isn't like a ton, so it's not too bad. But yeah, this thing actually works really well. Now, I haven't shaved this down, so it's a little pointy, but I actually made it so that I know that this is the front end, just real quick. And then there's nothing to, my reload is basically just to grab the end again and then do it. Now, I'm just showing you at a side like this because my phone is this way, but I do hold it upright when I'm shooting. And then, like I said, I figured out that it was pretty easy to aim by pointing the tip at whatever I'm shooting at, and then it's like having a slingshot where you just got to use it. When I had my slingshot, you know, the first few times you're like bing, 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 and doesn't seem like it's hitting anything. And I don't know what happens, you know, my mind and my eye kind of coordinate together, and then all of a sudden I'm able to shoot stuff even though I don't think that I'm aiming. In fact, whenever I think too much, then I'll miss. So you just kind of do it, and between muscle memory and all that, I mean, your body just kind of figures it out, and then you start shooting well. I actually really like the way this handle works, and it's actually very comfortable for me. And then I have a little end here too that kind of catch, my little finger will catch right into there. So I'm gonna sand this down and make it nicer, but I wanted to make sure that this was actually a good usable tool before showing you guys. So there you go. Obviously you can mess around and add your little touches and improve on this. If you do, or you know any ways that I can improve on this, then I'd really appreciate it, because this is my first one making it. Once again, this little thingy here, this just makes it so that it swings out of the way, and then your end can continue on the path. The rubber band is obviously your stored energy, and then this is just to give it some length. Now, originally, the guy said he used 18 inches for this length. I made mine significantly shorter because I found that I have to pull my arm all the way back. And so this length is actually perfect for me. This is a very comfortable length for me. So anyways, there you go. Another weird thing that Dawn does. Hope you at least got a chuckle out of it. And it does work. It is actually working awesome. And as I'm getting better and better at it, I mean, it's just great. I love it. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.